Hello everyone, and welcome back to another premiere. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their busy schedules to come and hang out with me and enjoy this premiere. Today we've got a really fun flight planned for us. We're going to be flying from Tokyo down to Nagoya in the Japan Airlines 737-700, although they do operate this in the 800. At the time of filming, the PMDG 737-800 was not available. I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, inside the flight deck, first thing is first, we're going to go to our overhead panel. We're going to go ahead and get our master battery switch to the on position. We'll then go ahead and get our ground power to the on position as well. That'll bring the aircraft to life. First thing is first, we're going to head all the way up top. We're going to get our IRS set to the nav position. So left side to nav, right side to nav, and then we can start our flows. Starting on the left side here, we're going to keep the yaw damper in the off position. Fuel pumps will be off as we will be refueling. Everything looks good for here. Galley power is in the on position. APU generators and engine generators are in the off position for now. We'll go and get some panel brightness up as it is early morning here in Japan. We'll go ahead and get, we'll arm our emergency exits. Our no smoking can go to the on position. We'll go ahead and get our window heat on. Hydraulic pumps can stay off. Continuing our flows, everything looks good. Packs are in the off position, isolation valve is open, engine bleeds are off, APU bleed is off for now. We can set our pressurization panel as we know that we're going to be cruising at flight level 300. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll also get our logo light on. Wonderful. Alrighty, from the overhead panel, we're going to come down here to the CDU or the FMC, whatever you'd like to call it. We're going to hit our FMC button. We're then going to go to pause in it. We're also going to put our airport in here, so we are on the ground at RJAA. We'll populate that into our reference airport. We'll grab our left GPS, scroll back here, throw that into our IRS position. We'll go to our route page. We do have a company route today. So RJAA going over to RJGG. And we'll throw that into our company route. We'll activate and execute. Wonderful. Our flight number this afternoon is Japan Airlines JAL 3082. Wonderful. Now that we've got our initial reference done and the IRS are aligning, we can go to our FS Actions tab. We can go to the payload and we can start planning our zero fuel weight. So today we're looking for a zero fuel weight of 53.7. We'll populate that. We can then hit the return page. We can go to fuel. On today's flight is 5,400 kilos. So we'll put 5.4. Wonderful. Alrighty, now that the aircraft is loaded, let's go ahead and hit our departure page here. We're looking for the Pigog 2 departure out of runway 16 right. Execute that. We'll go back to our departure and arrivals. For our arrival today, we are planning the Ultums into runway 36 on the ILS Zulu. And we'll go ahead and execute that. Alrighty, now that the aircraft is loaded, we'll go ahead and get our aft fuel pump on and we can go ahead and spool up the APU. Alrighty, now that the APU is on and available, let's get APU Gen 1 and 2 online. We'll also get the APU bleed online, and we can head downstairs and disconnect the ground power. Alrighty, down here looking at the second CDU, let's go ahead and go to the FS Actions. We'll go to ground services, we will release the ground power unit, and we will remove the wheel and chocks, and we are now ready for pushback. Alrighty, now that we've planned our pushback, let's head back down to the CDU and we'll just finalize everything. We'll go to our NITREF page. Zero fuel weight today was 53.7. We plan on burning 4.2 on the fuel, which gives us a reserve of 1.3. Looking for a cost index today of 35 with a cruise level of 300. Our average wind component this afternoon is 0.46 at 6, so not very much wind at cruise. We'll go ahead and execute that. Our N1 limits today off of departure, we're going to derate to 22K, which gives us 92.3 on our departure. The rest is fine. We'll go to our takeoff page. Flaps will be set to 5 degrees. Our CG weight this afternoon is 23.4, which gives us a trim value of 5.55, and we will just wait to insert our V-speeds. Alrighty, now that our pushback has commenced, let's head back upstairs. Make sure that the APU bleed is on with duct pressure. We'll make sure that the rest of our fuel pumps are on as well, and we'll go ahead and spool up engine number 2. Enjoy. Alright, now that the pushback has stopped and he is leaving, let's go ahead and spool up engine number 1. Alrighty, with 2 good engines, let's go ahead and continue our flows upstairs. We'll make sure that our hydraulic pump are on. We'll get our yaw damper on, continue our flows, everything looks good. We'll get Gen 1 online and Gen 2. Engine start switches over to continuous. We'll go ahead and get our probe heats on. Make sure that our packs are in the auto position. Isolation valve is also to auto. APU bleed is off, engine bleeds are on. We'll confirm our pressurization panel is set to 30,000 feet, and we'll go ahead and set our flaps. Alrighty, with our flap set, we'll just come down here and we'll confirm that our takeoff trim will be 5.6. And we'll go ahead and insert our V-speeds 125, 127, 134. We'll confirm those numbers up here. 134. Initial climb is 8,000 feet. Make sure our flight director 1, 2, auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV, and we're ready to taxi. Alrighty, throttle's up to 40%. Chrono is on. Toga. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Cross checked.
V1 rotate.
Rotate.
Positive, ready to climb.
Gear up. Flaps up position 1. Auto brake can go off. We'll go ahead and lock our gear. Retractable landing lights can come off, as well as our runway turnoffs and taxi lights. 200 knots, we'll go flaps clean. And 4,000 feet, we'll engage autopilot. Reaching 10,000 feet, we can get our landing lights off, engine start switches to the off position, logo light off, and our wing lights off. Alrighty, approaching 14,000 feet, which is our transition altitude. QNH is showing 1016 with winds 080 at 6 knots. So go ahead and select that now, 1016. Wonderful. Well, we're also planning this. We can come down here to the CDU and we can start planning our approach speeds today. We're going with a flaps 30 approach, 132 plus 5 should give us about 137 on the approach speed. Alrighty, approaching 10,000 feet, we can go to our overhead, we can go ahead and get our fixed landing lights on, we'll get our ignition system over to continuous, logo lights and wing lights can come on as well. Alrighty, now that we're through 10,000 feet, we are on our final descent. Let's go ahead and start programming some ILS frequencies. We're looking for 111.9. We'll tune that in on the left side and the right side. And we're looking for a front course of 357, which we'll plug in the left side and right side as well. Now that we're approaching 5,000 feet, I'm going to start bringing our speed back here slowly. We'll bring it back 10 knots at a time. I'm also going to throw out some ground spoilers as we are showing about 1,000 feet above profile. Alrighty, making our right turn, I'm going to arm our approach. Localizer is captured. And we're just waiting for our glide slope. Once our glide slope comes alive, we'll bring our speed back to 190 knots and we'll get flaps 5 out. Here comes our glide slope. We'll bring our speed back down to 190 knots. And as I said, we'll go flaps 5 degrees. Alrighty, with flap 5 set, we can bring our speed back down here to 170 knots, which we will remain till about 5 miles. We're currently 10 miles. We can get ready to drop the gear at about 9 miles out. Alrighty, just shy of 9 miles now. Let's bring the gear down. Also get our flap set to 15 degrees. Alright, currently showing 7 mile final. We can go ahead and start getting our full configuration. So looking for 137 knots on the approach speed. We got the rest of our landing lights on, runway turnoffs and taxi lights can come on as well. Let's go flaps 25. And flaps 30 degrees. Alrighty, landing checklist. Gears down, 3 green, flaps are set. Auto brake is set. Ground spoilers are armed with the green light. Cabin crew has been advised. Enjoy the arrival, guys.
Glide slow.
As you can see, there seems to be an error right now. We are right on glide slope, but it is showing 3 red, 1 white. I think this is a Microsoft Flight Simulator issue.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverser stowed, manual braking. We'll go ahead and vacate to the right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nagoya. Alrighty, landing lights are coming off. Runway turn-offs. APU can come on. Engine start switches to the off position. Strobe lights off. And our wing lights will come off. Alrighty, at the stand, let's go ahead to our overhead. APU generator comes on. APU bleed comes on. Engine bleeds come off. Engine number 2 and 1 to the off position. Park brake is on. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Nagoya. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap up another premiere. I want to thank everybody for watching. I really hope you guys have been enjoying these videos while I've been away on vacation. I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next one. Happy landings.